Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development. Today's game proudly sponsored by Synergy Group, a professional services firm delivering dynamic solutions to government. Canberra born and bred, they exist to uncover what could be so that it can be. They imagine life-changing ideas and help our government make them a reality, and are creators and advisors behind some of Australia's most important projects. For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway, Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au.
Being a sports physio, I see lots of injuries. As you can imagine, I've seen plenty of ankle injuries, and I have used many different types of ankle braces, but to be honest, I've never seen one as superior as the XOL. It allows your ankle to move like it was designed to, but it kicks in the moment it goes to go too far, and in that way it protects the ankle joint. So whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone who enjoys getting out and about, the XOL will give you confidence as well as a sense of freedom to keep you doing what you do each and every day and to enjoy life. XOL.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's. Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.
Exciting game today. Both these are young teams with a lot of exciting talent out there.
Absolutely.
Have you seen much of both teams this
I
year?
unfortunately haven't been able to see too much of the Goulburn team, but I had the privilege of commentating the Czechs game last week, and I thought they looked quite strong, defensively in particular. They maybe struggled a little up front, but defensively they certainly kept central to one goal with a great effort. Yeah, really good, really well played.
So the team list tonight, we'll start off with Goulburn. Number 1 and their captain, Chloe Montgomery. Number 2, Ellen Cornish. 3, Caitlin Croker. 4, Sophie Paget. 6, Caitlin Jones. 7, Sophie Cornish. 8, Michaela Jones. 14, Brianna Connor. 21, Jamie Craig. 25, Madeline Croker. 28, Georgia Staines. 50, Grace Jones. And we get quite high now. 73, Emily Croker. 77, Eliza Kemp. 79, Georgia Smithers, and their goalkeeper Samantha White. They are proudly sponsored by Elders and the Goulburn Railway Bowling Club.
And for Old Canberrans, we've got number 23, Amy Arnott. Number 24, Isabel Lovell. Number 25, Caitlin Tucker. Number 26, Annie Bridgeland. Number 27, Rachel Lendrum. Number 28, Julia Bruce. Number 29, Chloe Ives. Number 30, Ellie Walton. Number 31, Sarah Patterson. Number 32, Edwina Carr. 34, Bree Runge. 35, Deanna Karskaden. 36, Rach Sealer. 40, Shannon Visler. Goalkeeper Tara McLaughlin. And coached by Brent Clark. And they are sponsored by Livin and the Knox.
So once again, Hockey ACT would like to thank Transformed, an award-winning education and training organisation, for being the major sponsor of the live streams. Your support is greatly appreciated. So we're entering into the business end of the season now, I think, for the women's competition, and I believe that 4th place is still up for grabs.
I think so.
Yeah, which will puts a bit of pressure on, I think, 5th down to bottom. I think anyone from those spots can jump into 4th place. So both teams have a lot to lose tonight, but also a lot to gain.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's UC who holds 4th at the moment.
Yep.
But Goulburn certainly in touching distance. Czechs, United, still in the running for sure. These two teams will both be looking to get a win tonight, and hopefully a decisive win. Something that gives them a bit of confidence to play against some of the top teams and hopefully crack them in the finals.
So Czechs to start off with it. We've got Emily Carroll and Christy Robinson as our umpires, probably our best 2 umpires on this game. So it'll be really, really kind of all-stars out tonight. And it starts off with just miscontrol by Czechs, and now Goulburn on the attack through Chloe Montgomery. Now with Michaela Jones. Now Michaela Jones is a young, I believe she's like 15 or 16 years old, but in the New South Wales system, and really, really promising young player coming through. So keep an eye on her if you're watching tonight. But Czechs here with the ball through, I believe that's Michaela Pattinson.
Yes.
So how do you expect Czechs to go about tonight's game, Alex? Do you think back and front, or do you think hold the ball and try and work for a few clear cut opportunities?
I think both teams recognise the importance of this game for them. For Goulburn, it's a great chance for them to get into 4th spot and start cementing it. This is good ball movement here from Czechs out of the back 4. Shannon into Tucker and then across, but just unable to find the midfield there. Here's a good counter.
Good stop, but stand throw through to Michaela. Good strong play.
Just nicked Patara there, I think. A good save, stick save, I think. Just behind her.
So now it's almost the customary scene this year with the free hits, a bit of a slow build up while we wait for someone to run and get the ball. But now checks through Georgia Staines. Cut out there by Michaela. And now with Chloe Montgomery, I think expect to see her on a lot of the ball today, particularly in that midfield. A good kind of chaos ball in the middle and now picked up.
Yeah, hand over foot there. So what sort of options do Goulburn have off the penalty corner, Jesse?
Oh, I haven't watched a lot of them other than when we played them. So I believe it looks like Michaela Jones probably be off the hit. So be interesting to see. Tara is very good kind of on the ground. But I believe Goulburn will go for the straight hit to work to start off with. Just a bit high, but hits it with some speed. So I would be very careful if you're check. Got to be on your guard because she's aiming for that far side where the left post you'll be marking and not the goalkeeper. So it may sneak through if it kind of gets it off. So that checks have to be a bit careful of that today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things, sometimes even though a hit is the most old-fashioned way to go about a short corner, it is still, particularly in the women's game, probably the most lethal option from top of the circle.
So we saw this a bit from Czechs last week, high press, putting a little bit of pressure on. They had mixed success against Central with it. Central's back four quite experienced and confident. Goulburn, as you said, a little bit younger, and as we can see, they've come up with the turnover here. Unfortunately, Goulburn able to get it back. They find the outside here, and they're away. And that's good play there through number 1, Chloe Montgomery.
Be a good matchup that, Michaela Pattinson versus Chloe Montgomery. Both got some high-level playing experience. Now Czechs will just look to build some possession.
And it's a free hit there. Well done.
Just force through. No, I think that's a free hit there for Goulburn. Quite high up. Now with Grace Jones looking... Well, good cut out there by the Czechs defenders.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to what you said. It's very forced at the moment. I think, as you said, both nerves setting in, both teams just trying to maybe get an early goal to put the other one under a bit of pressure.
Yeah. But here's where Czechs looked really dangerous last week. I think Lucy Balfour I have not seen out there. Don't think I saw her on the team list either. They'll certainly miss her. A lot of their most dangerous attacks sort of came through her last week. Very quick up front for Czechs. But certainly there's chances here. They've got Chloe Ives up front at the moment, who's certainly an excellent player.
Ball just rolls out for a 16.
And Czechs sitting quite high here again.
A long corner, actually. Long corner must have found a stick.
This is something Czechs did quite well last week as well. Bree taking a quick free hit there. Goulburn defender just in front and finds the outlet. Czechs maybe not quite set up there at the back. You probably want to see them pushed forward a little bit, putting a bit more pressure on that.
Now here, probably just one or two steps in front of the centre forward there. It was always dangerous when Goulburn broke through. There was 3-on-3 with the back three, which as a defender always makes you a bit nervous. You kind of don't want the defenders running at you, but they've Czechs hopefully just managed to work the ball out now through Dana Cascaden. Again, finding Michaela in the middle. Probably play a bit similar to Chloe for Goulburn. We'll look to get on the ball a lot in that midfield. And now Goulburn to work the ball out through Georgia Staines.
Just mistrapped there, unfortunate. That was a good chance for a turnover there. Kept alive by Goulburn. And a free hit.
Ellen Cornish on the ball now for Goulburn.
Goes the short side. There's a bit of space out here. Goulburn keeps it.
Good play there. Found Michaela in the circle again, but good tackling there by the Czechs defenders.
Yeah, just nice and set, solid. Didn't really give them an opportunity to...
Turned over. Again, Michaela's dangerous, putting herself in that kind of traditional centre forwards position, right in the heart of the circle, really hunting that.
That's good play from Czechs there. Just some short balls, work it out. Just not quite able to connect there with Julia Bruce.
Decent pressure by the Czechs forwards there to spill that ball over the sideline.
Yeah, they've been back tackling quite hard, putting a lot of reverse pressure on, making sure that Goulburn don't get too much time on the ball.
And Brent Clark's an experienced campaigner as a coach. He would have done his research on these Goulburn girls coming to this game. But a quick breakaway here now for Goulburn.
Bit of a one-on-one here. Tucker comes up with the goods.
And finds Amy Arnott on the wing. Pop ball forward, out to...
That's Julia again.
Julia.
Yeah, she's managed to find the T-spot here in the circle. Still alive.
Still alive. Ooh. See the foot
just
there?
Off a foot.
And again, going back to what you said, playing that high press, Czechs trying to force an error out of this young Goulburn side.
And they've come up with it a few times, but it looks like Goulburn's going to get out here. Good pressure. Just not quite in front there. Tucker holds them up.
Chloe on the ball for Goulburn. Good tackle there by Michaela. She's won the free hit there.
Nice and strong. Goulburn a little bit slow to set up. But... Ooh, just a little disconnected there.
Now Ellen Cornish for Goulburn. Wins a free hit.
There we go. I like this. Just pull the ball back into the midfield, find a bit more space. I think both teams have probably been guilty of perhaps forcing it.
Yep.
Not quite looking for the space on the help side so far. But that's good play there. Unfortunately, nothing came off, but a little bit forced play here.
Turnover, and now back with Ellen Cornish. Won a free hit just outside.
Quick play.
And
Not
corner,
five.
probably not for being 5. It's an interesting one. Maybe if Czechs held out for 1 second more, she went in. I don't know if that travelled the required distance, but
Yeah.
she's done well there, Ellen. And now they'll go again. We'll see if they run a variation, or if they set up again. Michaela backs herself to kind of sneak it into that far post.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to change. I think their last strike was really good. Unfortunate that they couldn't quite keep it down, but certainly looked like the shot got away clean. So
Yeah, it's
well
goal for
controlled
Goulburn.
there.
Try and work out who scored that one. I think it's 2 seconds. We'll get the number in a second. Number 7 for Goulburn. So that was scored through Sophie Cornish.
Press again. They've had some success with it.
7 for Goulburn. So that was scored through Sophie Cornish.
Czechs throw a touch finder. Going for this high press again. They've had some success with it.
Potentially working to look to make Goulburn do the work and get that ball in the position for them and then make that turnover. They've found Eliza Kemp, who's found Chloe Montgomery out in the wing. Ball popped forward now. Michaela Jones on the ball again.
Well played.
Now back with Eliza Kemp. Ball just taking their time, looking to build those passes, and now they've found that space in the middle. A good shot now. Oh, hit the post.
Ooh.
Michaela Jones.
Good second effort. That's that's hit 3 runs, I think, perhaps on the line there.
Yeah. It looks like
Good
it's a
dedication.
stroke. So Michaela Jones will step up for Goulburn and take this stroke. She looked to put one away. Had some opportunities, looking really dangerous.
Tara just adjusting her pads, making sure everything's set right before the stroke.
Now if there's almost one goalkeeper in the comp that you'd want kind of facing up to a stroke. Tara would be right up there, very mobile.
Absolutely.
Backs herself in.
And she's got it.
She's got it. Well done there by Tara McLaughlin. Unlucky there by Michaela.
Yeah, certainly a good enough shot, but Tara, she read it more or less. I think she had an inkling, perhaps, and managed to get just the nick to put it to the outside.
See how Michaela responds to that. It can be quite early in the game. It can be you've had a stroke save, but I have a feeling she'll have plenty more opportunities in this game, Michaela. She's put herself in some very dangerous positions already, and it's only the first quarter, so we'll see how she responds. Someone so young, it's pretty... I have to really like the fact that she decided to step up, say she wanted to take that stroke. It's a good sign from a young kid to say that. Shows a great deal of confidence. And now Goulburn kind of putting some pressure on their own high press. We'll look to kind of turn the ball over here from...
Yeah, I think they've done a great job putting pressure on so far. Goulburn coming up with some good turnovers off their press. But Czechs have found their front line here. Just turned over there, unfortunately. Quick free hit. And Czechs make the tackle. But back tackled again.
And here we go. Quick play of the ball. They're really... unlucky.
Yeah, a good decision by Tara to advance there, I think. They certainly needed some pressure on the ball, and she managed to provide that. And then the defender from Czechs, I think it was perhaps Diana or... no, it looks like Julie out there at the right half was able to put enough pressure on that striker that the ball didn't connect. I think Goulburn will look to let this go if they can. Yeah.
16 of Goulburn. Georgie Smithers.
Czechs pressing up again, but they're perhaps just not quite all on the same page. I think this press needs to see a little bit closer pressure from these midfielders.
Bit half and half.
It is a little bit. The strikers look set to me. I like that. Their shape's good, but the midfielders are just a little too far away from some of their players. And giving the Goulburn midfielders just a little bit too much space. Good connections. Good tackle.
Turned over there. Chloe Ives on it.
And just throws it over the sideline there. I think was looking for Bree to be overlapping. But not on the same page there.
I think as you just mentioned with the Goulburn girls, Goulburn girls found some good connection to try and almost work it out of there, and Czechs maybe in that front third just haven't got that connection up and running yet. But again, still only early days, still only just approaching the end of the first quarter, so I think Czechs are, as you mentioned, quite dangerous when they can get the ball up to their forwards quite quickly. They're very speedy, but a good tackle there. Now Michaela with it for Goulburn has quick shot. Oh, and a good goal there by Sophie Cornish. She's scored again. I
think based on the way the last few minutes have gone, I think that was more or less bound to happen eventually. Czechs just turning the ball over in sort of that midfield area, right where you don't want to, right where they're sort of leaving their defenders exposed. Not an ideal first quarter for Czechs.
So that concludes the first quarter. Goulburn 2-0 up. Bit of work to do for Czechs. Shown signs that they're going to get enough opportunities in this game. Just probably building that connection up front, and where Goulburn's been able to kind of hit those connections in a couple of occasions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've found some spots to score goals, or some avenues that will result in some shots, but just haven't quite connected fully just yet.
So we'll get you all back in a couple minutes for the second quarter.
Energy space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development. Today's game proudly sponsored by Synergy Group, a professional services firm delivering dynamic solutions to government. Canberra born and bred, they exist to uncover what could be so that it can be. They imagine life-changing ideas and help our government make them a reality, and are creators and advisors behind some of Australia's most important projects.
So we're back for the second quarter. We'll see what wisdom Brent has imparted on the checks girls in the 2 minutes. Goes pretty quickly when you're down in that huddle though. 2 minutes doesn't seem like an awfully long time to set things up.
Yeah, hopefully.
So we're back for the second quarter. We'll see what.
Perhaps forcing it a little bit too much, coming down the near side a little bit too much. One of the pleasing.
Goes pretty quickly when you're down in that huddle though. 2 minutes doesn't seem like an awful.
Under a bit of pressure. Yeah, hopefully checks use that from them tonight so far. Already, that's good. Perhaps forcing. Good cut off. Down the near side a little bit too much.
In packs here up front, they're 2 or 3 in the tackle to make sure it doesn't get out. Now the ball's here. Team and these young girls coming up. It's really exciting for this group. I think Michaela Jones has already shown tonight that in almost 18 minutes of hockey that she's going to be one to really look out for in the future. And I know that there's a few defenders that are quite good. Georgia Staines down here, obviously good hockey pedigree, but now just strong. But Czechs managed to win there through Chloe Ives. Bree Runge on the ball, quick ball movement. But good tackling back there by Chloe. Now Georgia on the ball. Has found Michaela now one-on-one with her immediate opponent.
Yeah,
and
Tucker
eliminates her.
And checks there again to just spoil. It's good positioning, being in front there. Just denying Goulburn the ability to trap that ball in the circle and get a shot away. Unfortunately not able to come up with a complete turnover, but getting there and spoiling it is enough.
Yes, allow numbers to get back and help each other out. They've turned the ball over well here, and now they'll look to get out. Now,
Rach Sealer on the ball there, just unable to quite keep it. Goulburn come up with it again.
Just thrown away by the left half. Now Goulburn back on the ball. Georgie Smithers. Now with Grace Jones. Now up to Georgia Staines. Good elimination there.
Yeah, good ball movement there, good build-up. Unable to find the striker off that play, but a decent look.
Czechs go on that short side again.
Good tackling.
Good tackling. Chloe Montgomery on the ball. Kayla Pattinson does well, clean and wins the free hit. Well done there by Michaela.
She's got Amy on down the line, but I think Goulburn are ready for it. No, not quite. Amy just unfortunately loses that one. Check set high here again and quite narrow. If Goulburn could find the far side on this side, they'll be in trouble.
And I do have to apologise. It's not Michaela Pattinson, it's Sarah Pattinson. Apologies for that. Sarah Pattinson putting in a shift. I'll get that right from now, and apologies to those people watching at home. She's on the ball now. Here we go. This is what you wanted to see more from Czechs. That keeping hold of the ball, getting it to the far side of the field, and kind of moving that Goulburn defence.
Yeah, and already you can see there's a lot more space to play out there. They're just unable to find that complete pass into the midfield. But if they can find that there, I think they'll look really dangerous building up into their front line again. Good turnover there. Rachel Endrum on the ball. Down to Amy Arnott. Just lost it a little bit, but it's come back to Checks.
Holding a good screen out, just outside the circle. Checks to kind of pop up any balls that come through. And good bit of skill to get through.
Lovely turn.
Very lovely turn. But
great defence.
Yeah, great defence on the line. We've seen 2 of that in this quarter, that defending on the line, really important.
Yeah, so the goalkeeper's having to advance, both of them. The ball just kind of popping up or popping behind them. And the defender reading well, knowing that they need to step into the goal line and just to bat that ball away.
Now checks back with Sarah Pattinson. And wins the free hit. Well done there. Checks have really come out in the front foot in this quarter to really try and hold the ball and get it up into the... Had some sustained possession in that Goulburn defensive 25. Something they didn't do a lot of in the first half. Had some opportunities, but probably not sustained possession. More breakaways or counters.
Yeah, this is looking much better. They're completing some more passes from Checks. They're taking some quick free hits like this. This is good to put pressure on. Just a little disconnected from each other, unfortunately. But certainly, you're right. Lots of good play here from Checks, and they haven't allowed Goulburn to get out.
And it's one of those things, as you would know, playing a lot of hockey, might not come off the first couple of times, but it will eventually come off if you keep doing it.
Yeah, this sustained pressure, I think, should come up with some results for Checks eventually, as long as they can keep it up here.
Good ball movement out there by Goulburn. Bree Runs just unfortunately not able to control that, but she was able to make the half intercept there.
Tucker, strong on the ball here. Gets picked off.
Now Michaela Jones, she's got it now. One-on-one with Tara. Oh no, not quite. Well done there.
Yeah,
good
well
positioning
channeled
on the back line. Tara, as you mentioned, just channeling her to a position where she wasn't going to do much damage other than kind of have an acute angle to shoot at.
Which then made it quite easy to read and cut off for the defender on the goal line there.
Now Goulburn looking to probably try and win a corner or a shot. Good bit of skill there. Again, Sophie Cornish wins the short corner. So Sophie Cornish obviously scored 2 goals tonight already, looking dangerous. Now they'll probably set up with the one battery again with Michaela at the top. We saw the slight variation last one, which ended up in a goal. Now,
yeah, I'd like to see them just keep it simple. I think the first shot they had was a good one. They had a good look there, and it very easily could have gone to the goal if it didn't go high.
Now
Bit of a skill error.
Caitlin Jones at the top for a drag flick. Nice. Probably just well cut save there by Tara.
Yeah, she snapped that one up. Looked like she read it well, both gloves up, smothered it quite well.
Czechs trying to play at that near side again. Just unfortunate, unable to make that connection out to their left half. Right half, sorry. Looking at it from my side is the wrong way. Right half for Czechs there. Now back with Chloe.
Good cut off there by Bree, but it's just going to go over the sideline.
Good pressure there by Amy up front, just to have to rush that pass from the fullback and able to win the turnover.
Yep, Annie out to Rach Sealer here. Going to keep it, just let the Goulburn striker knock it over the sideline for her and advance. Quite a strong shake from Goulburn here. There's not a lot of options here. I'd like to see Czechs go out if they can, but they're going to force it and unfortunately be turned over again. Perhaps just not confident in transferring that ball out of there. It's hard to say.
Just they've won it back now from the underhit of the overhead, but Goulburn have managed to win the ball back. Good ball there, played down the line.
Tucker in position to cut it off. It's going to take a couple of them on.
Bit of skills. Won the free hit there. Well done there. Quick play of the ball. Just Goulburn ready for it. Good skill there. I believe that's Ellen Cornish. And really dangerous in that midfield.
Pressure from behind, not letting them transfer.
Ball's popped in. Ellen Cornish with the... No, not... It's
just defended well there. And then come back out again, Goulburn. They'll transfer. Perhaps just hold the ball at the back here, waiting for something to open up. Good pick up. And he's just able to pick her off there. That's good play. Out to Amy.
Good ball movement there. Well done.
And he should get there. It's a 3-on-2. But lots of checks running in there.
Sarah's arriving late. Dangerous here if she can. Unlucky there. Emily Carroll playing advantage, waiting to see if a shot came off. Shot came off for those watching at home. The advantage was being played, and if you have a shot in the circle, an advantage being played, that's most times, 9 times out of 10, usually called as the advantage. But again, encouraging signs from checks. Good ball movement down that left side of the field, and then as you mentioned, Alex, like the second phase runners were coming in behind, which is so important. Just adds a different dimension to an attacking structure.
Yeah, the initial defence from Goulburn there was only 3 defenders, but then Checks' second line running through sort of made it even like a 6 on 3 thereabouts, now just with their extra work rate off the ball.
Won the ball, but just couldn't connect with their centre forward up front.
Good ball movement. Goulburn able to find a relatively easy out there. But just a little bit too ambitious of a ball there, perhaps. Cut off by Tucker. Thrown out here.
Cut off there by Georgia Staines. Now here with Jamie Craig, and a quick pass out there. Good covering, but good tackling there by the Goulburn forward to win the short corner.
Yeah, Jamie Craig wins the short corner for them there. Nice little poke tackle onto the feet.
Now they show they had the drag flicking option, but I think now they've gone back to the setup with the one battery with the hit up the top.
And I think that's where they've probably looked their most dangerous, is off the hit. Although it went high, I think it was a great strike and
good injection. Good injection. Now it's a long corner, but potentially Tara got a save there, which again showing her flexibility as a goalkeeper. Able to pull off some unreal saves, Tara is, due to the fact that she's always on her toes. Very quick reflexes. Chloe putting just enough misdirection and uncertainty with that pass there from Goulburn to force a turnover.
Yeah, like you said, Goulburn very talented young side, but perhaps a little bit of inexperience showing here from time to time with just some of those sort of disconnected passes under pressure, like that one.
And they've won the ball back here. Now it's with Emily Croker, but she's
just come off her foot there. And he looks to take it quickly, nothing really on, draws a player. Coming out the left again. They looked dangerous here last time. Yeah. It's gone to Amy.
Amy very quick.
Pulled up. Goulburn the first to the ball.
Now Goulburn could be out here. Jimmy Craig, kind of the idea was there. Probably just overhit the pass a little bit more. Saw space in behind. Michaela was a willing runner there to try and get in behind. Just probably overhit the pass slightly, but also when we look at the score, the timer on the clock, and it's 50 seconds to go, not the worst outcome as well. They can really now push up and try and maybe win a short corner right off the line, but Diana's done well there to get some territory and take some pressure off them. turned it over, but
Good tackle from Annie there.
so third man, now Sarah Pattinson on the ball. Yeah, just off to Chloe Ives, looking to go over.
Just duffs it a little bit.
Now here we go, Michaela.
Good positioning.
Great
Lovely
goal.
goal.
Yeah, very good goal.
Just able to cut in front of the defender there, get enough space off her trap to get some distance between her and the goalkeeper, and just be able to slot it in under a really, really nice play there.
I believe that's Brianna Connor. Now, what I really liked about that is when she got free on her reverse stick side, didn't blaze away, didn't have to blaze away.
Just a quick one.
Just a quick one. We see a lot of young kids kind of think in the tomahawk position they have to blaze away. Not always.
Yeah, I know a few junior boys who would have put that one over the crossbar, I reckon.
So that concludes the first half. Again, apologies on my behalf for a few of the duff names that I'm giving out. Be better in the second half, but we'll join you again in about 3.5 minutes to probably what should be a really exciting second half.
Yeah. I hope to see checks come out a bit harder. They need to outlet better if they want to bring this one back. But certainly signs of life from them for sure. That was a stronger quarter than the first.
I agree, very much so. I think they had the ascendancy in that second quarter, just couldn't capitalise in the final third.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back shortly.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au. Today's game proudly sponsored by Synergy Group, a professional services firm delivering dynamic solutions to government. Canberra born and bred, they exist to uncover what could be so that it can be. They imagine life-changing ideas and help our government make them a reality, and are creators and advisors behind some of Australia's most important projects.
Being a sports physio, I see lots of injuries. As you can imagine, I've seen plenty of ankle injuries, and I have used many different types of ankle braces, but to be honest, I've never seen one as superior as the XOL. It allows your ankle athlete, a weekend warrior, or just someone who enjoys getting out and about. The XOL will give you confidence.
Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development. Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.
So we're back for the second half. Now, Goulburn with the lead. Czechs with everything to do to kind of push their case for that 4th spot and make a late run at finals. Goulburn will start with it.
And I think for Czechs, they've just got to outlet a little bit better. I think once they've gotten the ball out of their defence, they've looked pretty okay. They've generated some good chances. They've perhaps been quite close to scoring a couple of times, but just haven't quite been able to connect. But their real trouble is getting that ball out of defence at the moment. The Goulburn press turning them over relatively frequently. And they're just a little bit too willing to kind of force things down the near side a bit like that.
Good tackle there. Unfortunate to give away the free hit. Ellen Cornish with the ball now. Again, just rolling it out.
Good pressure there. Good approach. Nice and close with the midfielders, Czechs were. Kind of forced a pass that was a little bit ambitious from Goulburn.
But now Goulburn are
work it off.
Goulburn out now through Michaela Jones. Very, very quick. But great defensive running there. It's popped out. Tara again being very mobile coming out. It's popped out Chloe Montgomery. And
good tackling.
Great tackling there.
Stick just came off the ball for a second there, and Czechs ready to pounce, just knock it away. Good positioning. There we go. That's more of what Czechs need to be doing. That's excellent play there.
And then using the strengths there, we know that you've got speed down here on that side and good little link-up play.
Yeah, Chloe and Rach, good friends, those two. Both been playing at Czechs and in first grade for quite a while now.
It's a bit of a different position for Chloe tonight.
Good connection down this left side, those two. Chloe just holding the ball, perhaps hoping she knocks it over the sideline for her, and she will. Oh, no, it's going the other way. Fair enough.
So now Sophie Paget for Goulburn. Again, checks with a bit of a full press here. Midfielders look a bit tighter on the Goulburn midfielders, like you wanted to see in that first half, Alex.
Yeah, it just means way more pressure. Force these Goulburn defenders to transfer the ball under a bit of pressure like they're having to do here, because there's every chance that they'll make a mistake and that you'll come up with the ball. Very good opportunity for that just there, but Goulburn able to just keep it. Just barely. Good space.
Here we go, Michaela Jones.
2-on-1.
Here we go.
Excellent play.
Michaela Jones for Goulburn. Said probably coming. The amount she's had lots of opportunities and been a willing runner up front to really put herself in that position. Good sign for any goal scorer, anyone playing in that front to keep hunting it. She's managed there. Checks trying to, I think, after most goals most starts they've had, they've tried to find touch and build a bit of possession. Just didn't work there. Now Goulburn have got it in the middle of the field, but Bree Runger's been able to. She was almost able to do it, but she's just turned it over. Now Michaela Jones, quick free hit. Little lifted ball over that first defender, but great covering there by Checks, and now they're out. Again, probably just missing that connection between that kind of forwards and defenders, midfielders and forwards.
Yeah, Pato just cutting inside there at the wrong moment. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Good pressure there from Czechs. That's excellent.
They've won the ball. Amy Arnott.
Just looking for a foot there, but she couldn't quite find it. Czechs will keep possession, but another chance in the circle goes begging for them, which is probably the story of their front quarter so far.
They just couldn't find Amy Arnott.
It's good to see this high press though, even being down by a relatively significant margin from here. Czechs staying up, being aggressive, playing positively, knowing that if they can put some pressure on Goulburn and Goulburn start making some defensive errors, then there's every chance that they can get back into this game.
Yeah, exactly right. Doesn't take much to score one goal. Doesn't take much to score 4 goals in that aspect as well. But sometimes it is, as you mentioned, sometimes it's one and then it can open itself up for you to score a few more.
Exactly right. And with this press, if they put enough pressure on and Goulburn do concede, then perhaps some of these young defenders from Goulburn do panic a little bit, throw a pass maybe they normally wouldn't, or maybe a little bit less confident on the ball after making a mistake. And Czech's able to capitalise again and again, and suddenly we've got a ball game.
Yeah, Ellen Cornish just winning the free hit there. The ball played out wide. Good ball movement. Chloe Montgomery's made a habit of being free out there, but she's good second phase run, but good defence there by the Czechs defenders.
Yep, Tucker in position again as that free defender, just making a good intercept. Quick free hit down to Amy.
She's picked it up really well. Let's see what she can do. Good defence there, protecting her feet. Always a bit scary as a defender when you've got someone with speed running next to you. You don't really know what they're going to do. But the defender for Goulburn, they did really well to make the forward make the first move rather than defender making a move and then the forward reacting off that.
Yeah, I think she'll be happy with that. Goulburn able to sort of set a defence here. Good play from Annie. Able to earn another free hit. Checks go out.
Getting it out, hopefully to just draw this Goulburn team out of their defensive 25 for some space. Just maybe rush the pass there. But good covering
able to
there.
Spoil it, but a little bit too much shoulder there for Emily's liking. It's going to be a green.
So our first card for the night. Now Eliza Kemp for Goulburn.
And this is where Czechs might be in a bit of trouble. This full press is not going to work very well a player down. So they really have to come away from what they're used to and what's been working for them. Good try in the circle there from Goulburn, but Amy just managing to punch that ball out, buys a few more seconds for them to reset.
Now with Chloe, she's found the forward. Unlucky there, could make connection, but I don't mind it. Forward being a bit goal focused, which is always good.
Yeah, better to get a shot away than not. Force the Czechs defence to have to make a save and to rebound, rather than just getting yourself tackled or throwing it a bit too ambitiously onto a foot. Good strength. Back to Tucker. Back out wide. Amy just loses it over the side there, unfortunately. Goulburn putting a lot of pressure on here.
Kind of trying to make the most of that, being that player up. Czechs holding strong, trying to just hold out that, probably not too much longer, probably only about less than a minute for that until they're back to full strength. So they've done well. Goulburn's defensive shape is quite good, and they've got a midfielder kind of just sitting, never really leaving that midfield channel, picking the ball up here, just patrolling that, knowing that that's where most teams want to try and get the ball. But Czechs has managed to get it out now. Chloe Ives, it's 3-on-1. She'll try and win it. Done very well here.
Yeah, she's found the inside track here. She could put the gas on and go, but
just underhits that pass. And now Goulburn are out.
good back tackle. Good numbers around the ball there. Unfortunately, a bit of an obstruction, but good numbers around the ball to break that down.
And quick play of the ball. It's kind of been the feature of both teams tonight, trying to get that ball moving as quickly as possible. Now working the ball out. Now Sophie Paget. Just found Caitlin Croker, but just couldn't control.
And checks back to full strength now, it looks like. So they'll need to reorganise themselves, try and rally, try and reverse some of this pressure. Before the card, I think it's probably fair to say that Czechs had the run of play.
I would agree with you there. And then all it is that 2 minutes of Goulburn being able to hold the ball and it can swing back the other way. But as we can see here, as you mentioned, nice and aggressive, trying to get the goal back. Hopefully to put some pressure on this young Goulburn team.
Great running there.
Won the free hit.
Isabel Lovell there, I think. She was the one out there on the point, putting some pressure on the fullbacks, and then they managed to find the inside forward, and she was the one who put pressure on her as well. Excellent work right there to get there and break that down and win a free hit.
defender's wildest dream, isn't it? When a forward does that kind of running, they love that kind of stuff. Goulburn just won that ball back. So it's just rolled out over the sideline, so now Czechs will be back with it. And let's see if they can. Goulburn's press is quite narrow. If they can get it out to that help side. Unfortunately, just probably maybe a bit too direct. Now they found Michaela Jones. Again, good skills. Nice and quick. Roll through.
Unfortunate there. Tara was in position, but it just kind of snuck under her stick a little bit there. Good play from Goulburn. Excellent capitalisation on that turnover. The pass from Czechs maybe a little ambitious all the way across the midfield there. Picked up and immediately counter-attacked. That's really nice play from Goulburn.
So now they had a tough job already, and now it's just a little bit more tougher for them.
Yeah, I think Czechs can probably feel the game starting to slip away. 5 goals in the last quarter and a bit is a big ask. There's always still a chance, but
Definitely.
I think they're probably going to start feeling some of that scoreboard pressure, and there's a fair chance they might start giving away some pressure, throwing some ambitious passes, looking for perhaps an easy or a cheap goal to try and get them back into it. And if Goulburn are on their toes, they may not find it.
Yeah, Goulburn try and get the ball out to that help side. Now, playing with the back three, that kind of help side defender in that back three is very, very wide. So Czechs did well there to deny that pass and force them up the middle, and now they've turned the ball over. Now here with Amy Arnott.
Again.
She's just unable to control, but they will retain possession. Good tackling there by the Goulburn player. I think that's Sophie Paget.
And Chloe's able to just get that onto a foot there. Well won.
So this seems to be Czech's first corner of the game.
Yep.
It's a good opportunity to bring one back just before three-quarter time.
Yeah, I think they're probably really hoping for something here. I think getting one back before the three-quarter time is really important for them.
Now, you watched them last week, so you got Bree Runge at the top for their shot. Do you think they'll go straight hit or run a variation?
I think this is going to be a straight hit.
A good trap. Bree Runge, good save there by the keeper. But I believe it's been
touch
cooked
high,
just touch high. But again, good power on that hit by Bree Runge there. And Goulburn from the free hit, Eliza Kemp. Found the player in the middle. Good turn there. And
Goulburn
getting it out.
Been finding good distance this quarter on that on those midfielders, especially since those last couple of goals have gone in. That distance between the Czechs and Goulburn midfielders has increased, and Goulburn just utilising that space really well, and able to find some really good outlets.
So it's that ball there that Goulburn have done really well tonight, isn't it?
It is.
They play with a back three, and they've got that extra centre half in there, which just allows kind of that centre forward to be split in two directions, and they've capitalised on that and found that midfielder almost all game. Czechs here now defending well. They defended a good circle entry by Goulburn there really well, but Goulburn got it. Chloe Montgomery just not enough in control to warrant a free hit there, and Czechs have worked it out really well now. Amy Arnott
just holds the ball for a little bit, trying to find Chloe. Is unable to.
Georgie
good tackle
Smithers
there.
Kind of cleaning that up. Now is Rachel Lindrum. Now with Bree. Goulburn just forcing that ball to be played forward, probably a couple seconds too early for Chloe to be in a position. Now Chloe Montgomery's now got it for Goulburn. Good bit of skill to beat the first tackler.
Good running from the Czechs defenders there.
Well picked off there by Michaela Jones. Now she's quick. Good skills.
Good option. Got another option wide here. They'll go there. Good. Down to the T spot. Searching for a foot. Couldn't find it. Finds a pass. Shot.
And
goes
goal.
in. Lovely. Good connection there up front. 3 or 4 passes in that front quarter. And a relatively open shot there. Just catching the Czechs defence out there, a little bit surprised perhaps. And that shot sneaks in on the near side of Tara.
So that concludes our third quarter. Goulburn able to add a few extra goals onto that half-time score. Now, checks going into the last quarter, obviously still possible. I mean, 6 goals is still possible in a quarter, but I think checks in this last quarter really looking, to set maybe a standard for how they're going to finish the rest of the year. They haven't been, by no means, been out of this game. I think Goulburn have just been able to capitalise on the opportunities, but knowing from coaching against this checks team, they don't need many opportunities to get back in it and send some scares down this Goulburn team. Yeah,
exactly right. They'll be looking to make whatever plays they can here to try and keep themselves in the game, and to perhaps set the tone for the rest of their season. They may recognise that the game's probably a little too far away from them at this point, but I think they'll still be determined to put in a strong performance for this last quarter.
So we'll come back to you very shortly.
Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development. For a great game of social golf on a beautiful course, visit wonqy Country Club on the corner of Northbourne Avenue and the Barton Highway, Lyneham. If it's competition golf you're after, wonqy has a variety of membership options available to suit a variety of needs. For further information on social golf or memberships, contact the club on 6241 3377 or visit wonqy's website www.wonqy.com.au.
So we're back for this final quarter. Caleb Jones to start off, but good tackle there.
Yeah, Pato in good defensive position. Can't come up with a tackle, but can force it wide.
Again, quick play of the ball by Goulburn. Just can't control over the baseline.
Goulburn sitting high again. Close pressure on the midfielders. Checks go the near side.
Trap there. Almost found a way out.
Yeah, Pato just unfortunately unable to keep that trap. Gets up to pressure. Finds a good touch there. And Amy's able to find a foot. That's good play from Checks there. Like to see them go to the help side here.
Bree-Run's doing willing runner to try and make that happen, but...
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, I think.
I think it's Caitlin Croker's managed to come up with that turnover there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There was 3 checks around them. I think they all kind of thought each other were going to go for it.
So now...
Goulburn sitting high again. Close pressure on the midfielders. Checks go the near side.
Trap there. Almost found a way out.
Yeah, Pato just unfortunately unable to keep that trap. Gets up to pressure. Finds a good touch there. And Amy's able to find a foot. That's good play from Checks there. Like to see them go to the help side here.
Bree-Run's doing willing runner to try and make that happen, but...
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, I think.
I think it's Caitlin Croker's managed to come up with that turnover there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There was 3 checks around them. I think they all kind of thought each other were going to go for it.
So now that ball again to Georgie Smithers in the middle. They found that midfielder.
And it's tough. I think Checks are trying to pull back and play a little bit more. Just off the Goulburn foot there. Bit of a touch finder. It's come to their advantage.
Amy Arnott on it.
Pato's in support on the help side. Well saved. Samantha White there, just able to kick that one over the sideline for Goulburn. Rachel Endrum on the ball. Takes it herself. She's got Chloe in support.
Good
jink.
It's alright. Georgie Smithers with the covering tackle there. Georgie Smithers, bit of a wall at the back there all game. Played defence, played midfield.
Yeah, she's been playing really well. Lots of tackles, some great outlets. Checks go back here. Back in the midfield. Bree, one touch through to Chloe. Just off Chloe's foot there.
Goulburn will look to possession. Again, found that ball in the midfield.
Yeah, just that double centre half. Czechs really struggling to organise themselves fast enough to get those players all marked up. Can be difficult for teams to adjust to the double centre half. If they're perhaps not quite on the same page about how they want to defend it, it can be multiple people sort of not knowing where they should be or.
It is a tough one because, as you mentioned, if the ball moves quickly or you're a little bit unorganised or there's a bit of miscommunication, all of a sudden you find yourself numerically outnumbered in that midfield, and that's not where anyone wants to be.
Yeah, and Goulburn doing a great job of recognising which of the midfielders is free and moving the ball to that side and then finding them.
Yeah, Michaela Jones again, Tara again, nice and aggressive, getting a good starting position.
Yeah, she's been called upon a few times tonight. I think had she not been herself tonight, there would be a fair few more goals here. But she's been playing well despite the scoreline, having to make some very difficult saves.
Good pick up there.
Great pressure.
Ellen Cornish just been able to keep, and Georgie Smithers.
Yeah, well absorbed, really nice.
And back, just trying to punch that ball through. Again, Georgie Smithers stopping that. Good bit of skill. She's through on goal. Great save there by Tara. And that's always the issue now with that double centre half as well. If they can find them and the rest of your midfielders are marking up, well then you've got a midfielder running at your circle unmarked.
Yeah, and the Goulburn inside forwards are quite wide, which means if those Czechs inside forwards are matching them, if Goulburn can find play through the centre, those inside forwards are not going to be a defensive factor. They're just not going to be able to make it back in time to defend the centre of the field on the top of the circle. So Goulburn doing a really good job here, I think, of recognising their strengths, playing to them and executing. I think this is a pretty well-deserved scoreline from them.
Trying to find Amy Arnold up the line, just couldn't. Now Georgia Staines. Again, looking for that inside ball, finding it, and again
some midfielders again. Great connections.
And again, letting the ball do the work. Just misses Caitlin Croker out here, but went from one side of the field and their defensive 25 almost to the other side of the field and the attacking 25 through 3 or 4 passes.
Yeah, great connections, really good recognition of getting that ball through to some free midfielders, looking to the help side. Just a tiny bit too ambitious of a ball there, but if that ball had come off, then we're certainly looking at a goal chance, so risk versus reward was in their favour, I think. Just off the foot there.
Now Liza Kemp.
Quick free hit down the near side.
Should win the ball there. Brianna Connor. Just pop through, but checks again, defending well. Again, it's a tough one, because even though the score is 6-0, Czechs have not, by any stretch of the imagination, played badly. A few areas they need to fix up, but it's been encouraging. It's just that maybe that connection up in that front third hasn't quite been there tonight. Yeah,
they've stayed aggressive. They really tried hard defensively and offensively. They've worked hard. They've been trying to do the right things by all means. It's just Goulburn executing quite well in the circle, generating a lot of really quality opportunities through their midfield, and Czechs just not quite able to sort of get themselves in positions at times, and Goulburn playing the game quite quickly. This is a really standout performance, I think, from Goulburn. Looking dangerous in these final few weeks of the season.
Definitely.
Another quality opportunity up the front here.
Good bit of skill there by Ellen Cornish. Pop through. Michaela Jones, great turn. Great turn
Lovely
there.
skill.
Again, because that midfield was a bit vacant from defenders, Ellen Cornish is able to run directly at the circle, which then forces a Czechs defender to step up, which then creates an overlap over just straight behind them.
Yeah, and we've seen a few times from that kind of opportunity where the Czechs defenders have backed away and stayed with their players, which has allowed the shots. And Czechs being punished on that a couple of times there. I think they finally sort of made the decision to step up and to back themselves in a contest, and just too good.
I think Michaela Jones definitely tonight really put a stamp on this game.
She's definitely stood out. A lot of great play through her in the midfield for Goulburn. Good connections, good individual skill, good recognition of when to pass, when to run the ball. Great decision making and some good execution in the circle. Just a standout.
So now through Eliza Kemp. Again, trying to play that ball into that midfield position. Czechs managed to force a turnover, but then just ball got miscontrolled over the line. Quick play. It's gone.
Just a free hit just outside there, yeah. Just hit a foot there just before entering the circle.
So drag the ball out.
Tara advances. Just good pressure to shut that ball. Playing on.
Short corner.
Bit of advantage there from Emily. Goulburn had possession of the ball, so there's every opportunity they could have just slotted one there, but couldn't quite find it, and it resulted in a penalty corner.
So Georgie Smithers, I believe, running over some instructions from the bench. Maybe it may be a variation. Bench maybe has seen something from this, the Czechs' defensive corners.
Yeah, and if there has been a weak spot in the Goulburn attack so far tonight, it's their penalty corners. They've had probably 4 or 5 now, and have yet to find one.
So we believe we've got Caitlin Croker on the battery now. It's gone out to 25, so we're looking for a good...
Czechs in position, great tackle there.
Well done there by Rachel Celia. Very, very brave.
Yeah, very gutsy player, Rach is. Works really hard.
Let's pop back in again. Just covering, I believe that's number...
that's Tucker.
Caitlin Tucker. She's been there all night, actually. She's been very good as that free defender.
Very solid. Just clogging up space and channels, not allowing the Goulburn to pass the ball through that channel too often.
Chloe I was looking to work it out. Good bit of skill to beat that first tackler.
Holds the ball nice and strong here, but she needs to find an outlet. Ooh, just a little ambitious on the ball there. Goulburn come up with it again. Move it.
Caitlin Croker. Good bit of skill.
Just throws it back here. Just back there to Michaela Jones. Forces it through Annie. Annie unfortunately just hitting Chloe in the back of the legs there. Get out of the way.
Quick ball movement. Again, trying to find that free centre half. But Bree runs great. Bit of blocking there and has managed to get the ball out.
1 on 2 here for Amy. Well challenged.
Oh, yeah. Just a little ball to knock that ball away and slow it down as rewarded in a card. Yep, Bree, you're good. Looking to move the ball quickly.
Finds Chloe. Back to Annie. Oh, just disconnects on the pass there a little bit.
Now Goulburn are out.
Good play from Rach there. Just clogging that up. Not allowing that one-on-one at the back there.
Into the middle.
Great pressure.
Good bit of skill there. Emily Croker driving at the circle. Unlucky. Again, as you mentioned, just kind of falling back, marking the play, but allowing that Goulburn runner to run in and have the shot.
Yeah, a good decision from Tucker in the end there to step up and put pressure on the shot as it was coming, perhaps. Just spooking the shooter just enough to put that shot wide.
Good press there by Goulburn.
Yeah. And that's off a Czech's foot. Free hit just outside the 25.
Good movement there. Just couldn't control. They've won another free hit. Again.
And Goulburn have been a little direct for the last few minutes, I feel. They're maybe feeling themselves a little too much. With the score as it is, there's not really any pressure on them to necessarily execute to the best of their ability, so perhaps they're getting a little impatient here.
I just saw, just 2 seconds ago, lost a bit of structure at the back there, but now I believe it's Emily Croker or Georgie Smithers. Emily Croker, she's just taken up that kind of fullback role. Just allows that out ball, but Michaela Jones again.
Great tackle. Keeps the ball, puts the cross in, and Shannon Voslet is in position there, I think. Unable to quite keep it, but she's there to spoil that cross and not allow any shot at the goal.
Which has been a very good, strong point of checks tonight. Is they've always kind of had someone in that spot, that kind of free space, waiting for that ball to come into the circle.
Yeah, all of Goulburn's goals really have come from really good quality opportunities. They haven't really scored off an average opportunity or a
like a half opportunity.
Yeah, half opportunity. The checks have been quite clean against those sort of half chances. Unfortunately, that Goulburn are just able to generate such quality chances that they've been able to execute 7 times so far. Looking for an 8th here.
Again, no instructions from the bench in this one from Goulburn, so they're pretty confident they've got a plan. Again, Michaela Jones up on the batteries, maybe the straight hit.
Like it might be outside the 5 again. No?
Good tackle there, though. That's Rachel.
Pato finds it down the side, but that's gone over the sideline. Yeah, Goulburn perhaps not backing themselves up for a straight shot there. I think they have the time from the top of the D, but maybe looking for some variations. It's a good opportunity in a game with a score like this to perhaps practice some of those variations against a live defence. Free hit just inside.
Take it on the line, yep.
Plenty of room to transfer this.
Now, Goulburn will look here to try and bring this checks to stretch and bring out this checks defence. Open up spot, and Georgie Smithers. That's the one.
In front.
Looking for that 45 ball into the top of the circle. But again, checks like they have all night. Defended really well in that situation. Just a turnover there now. Georgia Staines on it.
Great determination from Rach Sealer there to just get a nick on the ball there. Just spoil the opportunity for Goulburn to get in the circle clean. And as a result, 16 for checks. Ball into Chloe. Quick free hit. Looking for connection up front. Spoiled there. Well done. Options on the help side, but they've closed down too quickly. Chloe goes for the overhead, but Rach Lendrum comes up with it. Out here to Julia Bruce. Finds a foot. Quick free hit again. Goulburn prepared just on the circle line there, but give up another free hit. They go back to Rach. Great pressure. Good tackle.
Ellen Cornish there, just trying to bring the ball out. Just got sticks got caught. Goulburn
find their free midfielder just again. Story of Checks' game, unfortunately. Yeah.
So scores finished 7-0 to Goulburn over Old Canberrans tonight. Again, lots of positives for Goulburn moving forward and trying to lock up that 4th place and put pressure on 4th place, you see. Very exciting things coming out of them. They'll be definitely a team to watch over the next couple of weeks. Checks had their moments. Again, defended, as you mentioned, defended the half opportunities quite well. Had some good bits of play, just couldn't capitalise moving forward from that midfield to forwards tonight.
Yeah, exactly right. Goulburn just too good tonight. Some really quality chances generated through the centre of the field. Good numbers in the circle, good execution. Everything they needed to do tonight, Goulburn. Really fantastic play from them.
So again, we'd just like to thank Transformed, an award-winning education and training organisation, for being a major sponsor of the live stream. Your support is greatly appreciated. So that is all from myself and Alex tonight. We look forward to catching you next weekend, I believe. I'm not sure if there's another game live stream tonight, but we look forward to catching you next week for the live streams. And everyone have a great long weekend.
Hockey ACT would like to thank the following companies for their continued support throughout the 2020 season: Duncan's Plumbing, Capital Chemist, Canberra Labour Club, Sports Link Travel, and O'Neill's.
Energy Space is the future of training for electrical apprentices, harnessing technology to make skills development as effective and as efficient as possible. Energy Space supports teachers in the classroom and apprentices on the job site to get the full picture on skill development.